Feel the magic, feel the roar. ThunderCats are loose. Thunder, 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 Lair. Thunder, 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 Lair. Let's check out the cat's lair and see if it's any good. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Super 7 ThunderCats Cat's Lair, or as my wife, who is going to divorce me because of how big this thing is, the Thunder Lair. This thing is massive. I'd actually have no clue where I'm going to store this. I'm not even sure I'm going to keep the box, but we're going to do what we normally do. We're still going to check out the box, check out what's inside, see if there's any articulation and how much this thing costs. We'll check out the design and see how much this thing costs. But before we get into anything else, and this is going to be a little bit different, you actually are going to see me because this thing is so big that I can't do this just with either the puppet hands or just regular hands. It doesn't even fit on my review table, so this is going to be a little bit different. But before we get into anything else, I need you guys to hit the like button, subscribe, join the full course. I really appreciate it. And now let's see if this box is better than your mom's.
This box better than the box he was held in.
On the front, we get this awesome picture of the cat's lair. I really do like the artwork. It's super cool. As you can see here, I have damage. I think almost everyone got their box damaged. Normally, when we get these things, they're actually double packed. There is a shipping carton, then the normal Marvel or, well, Super 7, in Super 7's case, the Super 7 case, then the box. In this case, Super 7 just went with a shipping box, and that meant that there was just one less layer of protection. And I know why they did it, because shipping something this big costs a lot of money, and the packing for it costs a lot of money. So they were just trying to save as much money as possible so that it wouldn't cost $150, $200 to ship it. Fair, I understand, but we get stuff like this, which means that you can't really just have this on your shelf, because this box has the same picture on the back, but it's cut off and they have some other photos on it. On the top, and let me rotate it back. On the top, we get a picture of the cat's lair, and that is just says box 1 of 1. On the side, we get the same picture of the cat's lair, and these are renders. These aren't actual photos of the toy. That might be a photo, but that is definitely a render. And then some of the accessories that come in the box. On the other side, we get some more items that come in the box, just the accessories, and that's it. And for a box 2 of 2, also got banged up in shipping. That's lovely. We get the same photo, almost the same identical thing on the side, same thing on the back. The idea was just kind of make 2 identical boxes and kind of minimize the shipping, which is fair. Let's move you off the way. So for the box, it's not too shabby. It's definitely not worse than your mom's. I think my only issue with the box, and this is a weird nitpick, is that I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, cool. We got Tigra, Lino, Chitara, Wally Kit. Well, Wally Cat. Where's Kit? Where's Snarf? I understand that you didn't want to, you know, hinder the picture, and Panthro. Panthro's inside the claw. You have everyone except for Snarf and Wally Kit. My issue is, why aren't they there? It's only 7 main ThunderCats, especially this photo. This is the intro to the ThunderCats theme. Have Kit there too. They're the twins. They're twins. Have both of them. I think that's my only nitpick. I also would have liked to see if there was If they could get the Thunder Tank in here somewhere. I know the whole point is emphasis on this, but this is not to scale. Like, I'm not sure how this was built, but it's definitely not to scale. Like, the way you look at Tigra and Panthro and the Claw, the Thunder Tank used to be able to fit in the Claw, so there's no reason why Panthro is taking up the whole Claw. Yeah, like I said, outside of the lack of snarf in kit and some of the scaling issues, awesome artwork, pretty decent box. I can't complain. Let's find out.
Oh, what's in the box?
So in box 1, we had the Cat's Lair and all the accessories. The accessories were in this cart. All the accessories. And then we had the head and both of the paws in box 2. Let's put this thing together and see how this thing looks. Accessory wise, these are all the things that we expected to get. We got the 2 cannons that go in the paws. Let's open them up. The 2 cannons that go in the paws. I can't even tell if you can see it because I don't have my monitor up. The 2 cannons that go in the paws, we get 2 of those, which are here and here. The 2 cannons. Some of the screens that go with the Cat's Lair. Some of the furniture. Some more screens. Some of the computers that Chitara and Tigra use with chairs attached. Don't break because I tossed you. Some of the stuff that goes inside the armory and some of the tools for Panthro. We have the Sword of Omens, the Claw Shield, and some tools for Panthro for his garage. A lab for Tigra. I guess this is the stand for the Sword of Omens. There's the Key of Omens. ThunderCats conference table. More chairs. This is a very interesting way to pack stuff up. They just basically say, hey, we need to get all this stuff in this box. Let's see how we get them in. More chairs. And more chairs. And what's in here? Of the computer. Okay. Where is the Book of Omens? I could have swore that we got the key and the book, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, those are wires. Oh, good thing I didn't rip that off. Let me put this thing together and we can take a look at the whole thing. I want to show you guys the wire harness that came with the Cat's Lair. You're just connecting the wire there. It's 3 AA batteries and you unscrew it. I just thought it was important that I show you guys that. So what we get in the box, and I was mistaken and I apologize. I thought that it came with the Book of Omens and it does not. It only comes with the Key of Omens, which looks pretty good. Focus. Looks pretty good. I do like it. Tiny. I don't know if this is a worthy push goal, but okay. We also got another Shield Claw and Sword of Omens sheathed. Tiny. These are the push goals. And then we get Tigra's lab set. So those were the push goals. Oh, what is this? Is there something in the bottom that I didn't open, or that was meant to be like that? Nope. Took it out. I'll probably keep it in there, but put that in there so it doesn't break. We also got various screens for the inside, which I will be turning this thing around when we look at designs, and then various screens for the computer inside of the Cat's Lair. We got their conference table that looks super cool. We got some of the computers, and these are the screens for the computers. We get 2 of those. And we get some of the cannons that go inside the claw. And then we get some more Panthros tools. I know we had the spanner with the Thunder Tank, so now we have a whole bunch of tools to add to his tool chest. And then we get 6 conference chairs for the ThunderCats, but there was only 5 ThunderCats on the cover of the box. So 6 chairs for the ThunderCats, and we get the holder for the Sword of Omens and the claw. We get the computer main chair, and that's it. Now, all this extra stuff is phenomenal, because just for this thing alone, absolutely would have said, hey, you know what, that is worth $650, but you get a whole bunch of accessories. Some of them are redundant. Clearly, you're getting 2 computers, and you're getting 2 gun blasters, but the conference table, the conference chairs, awesome add-ons. This is just a really good set overall. Tad bit pricey, and we'll talk about why I think it's a tad bit pricey in design. And I don't know if these things are intentional or these are paint application errors. I'm leaning toward paint application errors because I can see there's issues with this, but Mills definitely would have shot you. This is super dope. This is an awesome play set in general. Let's check out the design on this thing. So, overall design, this thing looks like the Cat's Lair. It looks phenomenal. Let's move all this stuff out the way. So this thing looks phenomenal. There's only a couple of gripes that I have, where this is kind of a matte finish. I'm not sure why they did it that way, where everything else has a more shiny plastic. This is a matte finish, where this is a shiny plastic. Also, and I don't know if this is intentional or is just because of how it was manufactured shipping, the edges around all of the blue parts around here, on the edge of here, on the edge of the claws, and claws come off, so I will show you up close and personal. And I'm pretty sure you can't see because I don't have the lovely bright lights to my advantage, but the paint looks like it's been rubbed off on the edges. And it could be very intentional because it's running across the entire thing. The only reason why I say it's not intentional is because you don't see that same effect on the actual body of the Cat's Lair paw. So it seems like it was just a production issue here. In fact, it's very rough in this area. Like, you can feel that the plastic is kind of not as smooth as the rest of it. It's actually very jagged. I don't know if you can hear it. Let's bring it close to my mic. Yeah, so it's super rough here, and that makes me think that something happened with the machining, especially for some of these blue pieces, and they just came out real rough. And that's really sad because this thing is actually really cool. So that's a knock against it. But other than that, this thing is really, really cool. And maybe I'm missing, hopefully there's another stair set that goes there, and it's not just this big leap to the door. It's very plausible, I don't know. Let me check the box again. Oh. Nope, that's it. So we're given this big thing, and even though you have steps that lead to this area, it is actually a step up to the door, which is a little weird, but that's fine. We have the claw, and the claw inside the base of the claw is really awesome. Normally this is where their vehicles are stored, and clearly for scaling purposes you couldn't have it big enough to fit the Thunder Tank, because this thing would have been the Thunder Tank is 19 inches wide, so this paw had to be at least 22. And then if you scale the rest of it, because this is 36-inch base, that means that we have to increase the size by 4 times. And that would make this thing 12 feet tall. because this is 36 by 36. So yeah, no, that wasn't going to work, and I understand that, but still a little disappointing, because I always remember as a kid this thing lifting up and then the Thunder Tank roaring out of it, which was super phenomenal. I loved it. So besides scaling, which I know is a stupid thing to say because this thing is massive, it's a huge toy. Besides scaling and some of the paint details that are a problem, this is really cool. We get cannons that go up here. Super dope. I really liked how that they put that little touch into it, and that little bit of detail makes a big difference. The Cat's Lair head does turn. It does have a pivot point where it comes out. If I can pop it out, and I cannot now. Well, it's gonna fight me and I'm not going to. And it stops there, so you can have it searching and you can press it and the light come on. Now I'm wondering, because, and this is another gripe that I have, this thing does not have instructions, which is absolutely stupid to me, because you have this massive thing and you would assume that it would have instructions to help you understand how to put everything together and what everything belongs. No. Move you out the way. I will attach that later. Rotate this bad boy and open you up. And we have the inside of the Cat's Lair looking really, really good. Another gripe that I have, and once again, I can't knock them for it, is that this portion, if it's closed, is not covered, and it's a little annoying. Just one of those pet peeves where it's like, hey guys, I understand this is supposed to be the mountain on the side of the Cat's Lair, and you don't want it to be, the head of the Cat's Lair was supposed to be taller than that, but I preferred if it was a little bit bigger, just personal preference. But design inside, we have an area to store Panthros tools, and I guess this is supposed to be Panthros and Tiger's lab. We get the conference area where you will store your table. You have the stairs leading up. You have different areas to store computers and to have, I guess the computers go up here. It's just really, really well detailed. And my little gripes are the things that just kind of stops me from saying, hey, this thing is phenomenal. So while I was exploring this thing, and I normally just explore these things with you guys, so all these things are new to me too. Other than how pressing buttons, I'm like, oh, that looks cool. That doesn't do anything. And I see this, and I'm like, oh, what's this? Oh, to slide the different transparencies for the ThunderCats symbols that come inside the box, which is really cool. Makes it really simple to do. Not difficult, not to slide in. The computers have slots to slide them in. They don't pop open. So I guess that's the difference. And I'm like, just simply running my finger across it. And that's a button. That button lights up the cat insignia on the chest on the other side. And I'll keep this on to show the other side. But once again, this is one of those things where I wish we had instructions, because that would make life easier in knowing what to do, because I have no clue. There's no rhyme or reason for why any of this stuff will work. There's no rhyme and reason why I should think, oh, and the button's stuck. Yeah, that's poor design. This thing looks great, but functionality could be way better. There's just little nitpicks that just literally makes me like, ugh. It's $650. Work out the bugs before you ship it. And I know we waited 1.5 years for it. Literally 1.5 years for this. And these little things just kind of kill me. And as much as I knock Hasbro for how much their things cost, I know that if Hasbro has a button, I know that if I press it, that it's not going to get stuck half the time. Especially for something priced this high. That's just one of those annoying pet peeves. Outside of that, this thing looks phenomenal. It's great scale wise to the toys, and I'll have to bust them out. I only have the ThunderCats and Mum-Ra. I don't have any of the mutants. I don't have any of the newer figures. I just got Snarf and I got Hammerhand, but other than that, I just got with the original 7, and I have Jaga, obviously, because I did the review on that. But this looks so cool, and this is something that you absolutely would love to play with and just have on display with your toys. It just makes so much sense to have it, even though it doesn't scale well with your toys. Oh well. So I'm going to keep moving, and I will come back and have pictures with the Thunder Tank and with the ThunderCats just spread out in the playset, so you guys can check them out, see how it looks, how everything stands on it. It was really cool. So, as always, let's see if this thing can squat. Obviously, the answer is absolutely not. This thing does not have any ability to move, and that's absolutely fine because this thing is massive and it does have some moving points. So the back wall is hinged, and it's hinged because obviously this is supposed to be the wall for the front of the building, and I'll flip it around. Inside there are no moving parts except for the piece to slide in the thing and the light for the light for the screen. Let's close the mountain and rotate this bad boy. Don't break. And as you can see, the insignia is lit up. The button for the cat eyes are up here. So, and I'm not sure you can see them because of how big this thing is. So we aim up, and there you go. You can see that the button for the eyes are right here on the back of the neck. They turn on and off. Insignia is dead center, and like I said, super cool. For articulation, the neck actually does move from left to right. It's supposed to be scanning. You have for the hands, you have the paws actually lift up and slide in and out of place. You also have this little box here that shows like the core. I don't ever remember something being right there, but I could be wrong. You also have these windows that release out some cannons, and then also there's some really cool articulation on the guns themselves. So on these guns, the cannon actually rotate. These pieces don't move, but the arms on the cannon actually move left and right. Do these things move at all? No, they don't. Boo. Boo. So these things don't move, but I'm assuming that you put them in place and you just pretend they're rotating like that. Really good design inside the cannon, scope, handles, and everything. I wish this was in, actually, is it inside? Yeah, this is actually inside the Thunder Tank. So what am I saying? So we have that, like I said, head moving, the cannons in the front and the claws lifting up, that moving, the front doors opening and closing. This is a fair amount of articulation for this toy, especially something this big. That's really dope. So yeah, I really do like this. Let's talk money.
Man, damn, I can't afford it.
My bad, I'm just trying to help you out.
The Cat's Lair goes for $650, which is a really decent price. Now, my concern is that Super 7 will do the same thing they've done in the past, specifically with the Super 7 Ghost Jaga, where originally they said that it would be a crowdfunded Super 7 exclusive, and then when it didn't sell enough, they sold to anyone who was willing to buy BBTS. They had extras on super7.com. It was a little annoying because the whole point of, making it exclusive was that it's exclusive. Oh, it's one of 1,000, one of whatever amount it is. And the fact that they did that was kind of a low blow. I'm hoping they don't do this with this. Hope they only made enough items for the people who requested it, and a couple hundred more for if there's damaged parts or something of that nature. But that's neither here nor there. That's my concern, that we're going to have a situation where, oh yeah, we're going to put this in mass production just without the push goals. But at $650, this is a great value, but the aftermarket prices are starting to get real crazy. I saw one on eBay for $12.60, and that included the shipping. So for an average person, the shipping is probably going to cost them like $150. They're profiting like $400. Do not pay aftermarket prices for this toy. It is a really cool toy, but it's not worth $1,000. And I'm assuming that if you're getting this later on, that you're just starting to collect the line, and the line itself is expensive. Each toy starting at $55 was the base price, and then just going up, specifically Wally Kit and Wally Cat. Those two, because they sold out so quickly, and I guess a lot of people are scaling back production, especially independent lines like Super 7. Wally Kit and Wally Cat sold out completely, especially because no one got the Bandai version from so long ago. The aftermarket prices on those are $100. If that ever comes back into production, maybe you have a chance of getting at a decent price, but as it stands, super expensive for those two. You're gonna have $1,000 Cat Lair, $350 Thunder Tank, and then you're going to spend anywhere from $55 to like $70 to $100 on each of the individual toys. And let's just go on a high end, because that's what the Thunder Kittens are. That's $200 for the Thunder Kittens, $40 for Chitara, $55 for Tigra and Panthro. So $350 plus Lino and Snarf. You're looking at an extra $500 or extra $450 plus the Thunder Tank, plus the Cat Slayer. If you didn't get it when it first came out, it's definitely not worth the money. But absolutely a great toy. I'd want to emphasize this. Not good for aftermarket, but if you bought this originally, you're super happy. If you're a super ThunderCats fan and you just didn't know this line existed, and you're willing to pay that money because you're playing catch up and you're willing to spend $1,500, $2,000 so that you can have the literal ultimate set, God bless. I wouldn't do it, but I can see why someone would, because this is a really cool toy. The $650 was the sweet spot. They did a really good job pricing that. Anyway, guys, let's wrap this up and get you guys home. Let's wrap up the Cat Slayer. For the box, I really do like the box art, but I really wish they had Wally Cat. Yes, I figured it out eventually, guys. As for the design, I really love the design of this toy, but there are some points that need to be addressed. It looks really rough around the edges, and there's no instructions. Small things like that make a big difference. Can this thing squat? Of course not, but it does have some really good points of articulation. The back opening, the claws lifting up, and the head moving. So it gets some really good points from there. And as for money, this thing is pretty well priced. At $650, they did a really good job pricing it out, but the aftermarket prices are a little crazy. On a side note and a tangent, I put pictures of the ThunderCats sitting, and if you plan for the ThunderCats to sit, you needed to do better on the hips. And I'm going to deduct the point for that, because why? Why would you make it so that they can't sit, but make a Thunder Tank and make a Cat Slayer with lots of chairs? I hate you, Super 7. I love you, but I hate you. And for my final score, I'm giving the Cat Slayer a 6 out of 8. I would have given it higher, but the fact that none of them can sit in the chair properly, none of them can sit in the chairs properly. 6 out of 8. Really good toy. I'll catch you in the next toy review. Peace.